6,000 gone means how much is payable? 61,500 has to pay. The terms of agreement were royalty payable is 20% of the sale price of the book. The book is priced at rupees 75 rupees per copy. 2 bank account 84,000, 2 short working 6,000. Come back here. Out of 22,000, how much you recover? 6,000. How much you could not recover? 8,000. Hello my dear student, I am Dr. B.S. Subramanya, called by name Dr. B.S.S., Professor in Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, a Temple of Excellence. In this session, I am going to hand Advanced Financial Accounting, second semester, Unit 3, Session 7 of BCom in favor of royalty account. I told in the last class, royalty is nothing but a compensation payable by the lessee to lessor for utilizing of the land or patent right. Here, lessor is the owner, lessee is the utilizer of the land. It is a periodical, what's called agreement between the lessor and the lessee. So lessee says, I will pay your money as a compensation for utilizing the particular land, particular mine, particular patent right. So lessee is an obligation to pay the money to whom? Lessor. Lessor is the owner. We'll go with the problem now. Mr. Maheshwari has entered into an agreement with Vikas Publishers on 1/1/2017 for publication and sale of a book. Who entered? Maheshwari entered an agreement with Vikas Publisher on 1/1/2017 for publication and sale of book. The terms of agreement were royalty payable is 20% of the sale price of the book. The book is priced at rupees 75 rupees per copy. So here one book costs 75 rupees. The owner, the royalty, the lessee will pay only 20% of the number of copies sold. The author is to be paid a minimum rent of rupees 50,000 per annum. If the royalty is less, he will get how much money? 50,000 every year. Each year excess of minimum rent over the royalty earned is irrecoverable out of the surplus royalty of the name. If there is any shortage comes, what's called short working, minimum rent minus royalty is the short working during the next 3 years period, subject to a maximum amount of 6,000. This is important in that particular year. So he can recover in the next 3 years, but the maximum amount should be recovered is only 3,000. So number of copies sold 2,000, 2,800, 4,500, 6,000 and 4,000. So per copy, how much money? 75 rupees. The chart goes like this. Here, total sale price rupees 75 per copy sold, royalty, minimum rent, short working recoupment. So some back here. How many units sold here? See that? 2,000 into 75. It will work out 1,50,000. But 20% of this is the royalty is 30,000 with a minimum rent of 50,000. There was a shortage of 20,000. So either the royalty or the minimum rent, whichever is payable to the author, how much cash paid? 50,000. Come back to second year. It is 2,10,000 copies sold. That is totally copies sold. 20% of this is 42,000. Minimum rent is 50,000. There is a shortage of 8,000. Payable to landlord, that is payable to author, whichever is more. Which is more? 50,000. Come back in the next year. It is 3,37,500. 20% 67,500 with a minimum rent of 50,000. How much excess is there? Here 17,500. How much recovered? 6,000. Maximum of 6,000 can be recovered. So out of 67,500, minimum rent is 50. How much recover? 6,000 gone means how much is payable? 61,500 has to pay. Then, so how much recover? 6,000 is totally 28,000. How much recover? 6,000. The balance is 22,000. Then next year comes 4,50,000, 90,000. Minimum rent is 50,000. How much excess is there? Here 40,000. How much we can recover? Only 6,000. So 8,000 cannot be recovered. Transfer to P&L account. 8,000. What's the balance? 84,000. So 8,000 cannot be recovered here. 28,000. 6,000 is 61,500 is there. 67, 5,000, 50,000. Recovery is how much? Only maximum of 6,000. How much is payable? 61,500. Come back here. 90,000, 50,000. Maximum recovery is 6,000. How much you could not be recoverable? 8,000 transferred. How much is payable? 84,000. While you are doing the short working, I will explain this particular point. So 3 lakh. 60,000, 50,000, only recovery 6,000. How much we could not recover? Out of 2,000 cannot be recovered. Transfer to P&L account. How much you paid back? 54,000. So I will explain while you are doing the short working account. Royalty to Maheshwari 30,000 by profit and loss account. To Maheshwari, how much you are payable? 42,000 here. Royalty. How much here royalty? 30,000. Second year, 42,000. Third year, 67,500. Fourth year, 90,000. Next year, 60,000. Transfer to only transfer to profit and loss account. Then, short working. See, this is important. Short working. Maheshwari, 20,000. By balance current, 28,000. Brought down 20,000. 20 plus 8, 28,000. By balance, 28,000. See that? This amount they are saying 20 plus 8, 28,000. Next 28. By Maheshwari, how much recover? 6,000. Here, how much recover? 6,000. Out of that, how much recover? 6,000. How much still we have got? 22,000. Here, we back to 22,000. By Maheshwari, how much you recover? How much you recover? 6,000 out of 22,000. 6,000 is recovered. How much you could not be recovered? 8,000. See that? Here, 28,000 here. 22,000. How much recover? 6,000. How much you could not recover? 8,000. 8 plus 16. Still, how much you have got? 8,000. See that? Two balance brought down. 8,000. How much you recover? 6,000. How much you could not recover? 2,000. 20 plus 8, 28,000. Come back to that ledger. Out of 28,000, how much recover Maheshwari? 6,000. Out of 28,000, how much recovered? 6,000. How much still you have got? 22,000. Come back to next year. Out of 22,000, how much recover here? Out of 22, how much recover? 6,000. How much you could not recover? This 8,000 could not be recovered here. So, what's the balance brought down? 22,000. Maheshwari, how much recover? 6,000. How much you could not recover? 8,000. Carry forward is how much? 8,000. Brought down 8,000. How much you recover? 6,000. How much you could not recover? 2. What's the total amount to be recoverable? 8,000. How much recover? Only 6,000. How much you could not recover? 2,000. That we have shown here. 6,000 recover. How much you could not recover? 2,000. This is important. Here 28,000. Out of how much recover? 6,000. Still how much was there? 22,000 payable. Then next year you come. Out of 22,000, how much you recover? 6,000. Totally 22,000. Out of 28,000, how much recover? 6,000. How much still you have got? 22,000. Next year, out of 22,000, how much you recover? Only actually 6,000. How much you could not recover? 8,000. This is 22. 8 plus 6, 14,000. 22,000. Still we have got another 8,000. Out of 8,000, how much you recover? 6,000. How much you could not recover? 2,000. This is very, very important here. See that? 20 plus 8, 28,000 is total short working. Next year, out of 28,000, how much you recover? 6,000. How much is irrecoverable? 22,000. Come back in the next year. Out of 22,000, how much you recover? 6,000. How much you could not recover? 8,000. 20 minus 6 is 14,000. This is 8,000. Out of 20,000, how much you recover? 6,000. 14 plus 8, 22,000. Then you recover how much? 6,000. How much you could not recover? 8,000. Transfer to P&L account. This is we have shown here. 20 plus 8, 28,000. Then brought down to 28,000. How much recover? 6,000. How much you would not recover here? Still we have balance of 22,000. Brought down 22,000. How much you recover? 6,000. How much we could not recover? 8,000 brought down. Out of 8,000, how much we can recover? 6,000. How much you could not recover? 2,000. That we have shown here. Same thing here, chart also. 28,000. How much you recover? 6,000. How much still you have got? 22,000. Come back next year. Out of 22,000, how much you recover? 6,000. How much you could not recover? 8,000. Still how much balance is there? Another 8,000. 8 plus 6, 14 plus 8, 22,000. Brought down to next year, 8,000. How much you recover? 6,000. How much you could not recover? 2,000. This is most important. 20 plus 8, 28,000. How much you recover? 6,000. How much balance is there? 22,000. Out of 22,000, how much you recover? 6,000. How much you could not recover? 8,000. How much still you have got? Another 8,000. Out of that, how much you recover? 6,000. How much you could not recover? 2,000. Hope you understand. Here, if you see that, you can 20,000, 20,000, 20 plus 8, 28,000. Out of 28,000, how much we recover? 6,000. Balance carried down is 22,000. Out of 22,000, how much you recover? 6,000. How much you could not recover? 8,000. Still, we have a balance of 8,000. Out of 8,000, the maximum recovery they have given a chance is only 6,000. How much you could not recover? 2,000. Hope you understand. Maheshwari, you pay 50,000 back. This is by royalty, by short working. You paid how much money? 50,000. By royalty, by short. Next year, how much you paid? 50,000 by royalty, by short working. Next year, Maheshwari to 2 banks, 61,500. 2 short working, 6,000. How much you have to pay? 67,500. By royalty, 67,500. Then Maheshwari. 2 bank account, 84,000. 2 short working, 6,000. Come back here. 6,000 recover. 2 bank accounts, 84,000. 2 short working, 6,000. By royalty, 90,000. Last year, 2 bank, how much you paid? 54,000. How much recover? 6,000. By royalty, 60,000. So, out of this amount, bank, your royalty is only 30,000. How much shortage? 20. Second year is how much you are paying? 50,000. Actual royalty is 42,000. How much short working is 8,000. Next year, 2 bank, how much you paid? Totally is 67,500. How much you paid? 61,000. 6,000 is recoveries. How much will you have paid? 61,500. Next year, what's your royalty? 90,000. How much short working? Recoverable only 6,000. How much paid to the landlord? This is the author is 84,000. Next year, your royalty is 60,000. How much recover chances is 6,000. How much you paid? 54,000. So that if you understand. So here, total amount, your recovery chances are the end. Here, all the chances are given, no? Totally 50,000, 30,000 royalty, balance is 20,000, 50,000 royalty, we own the 42,000. How much shortage? 8,000. So next year, how much your royalty is? 67,500. How much recover chances? 6,000. Balance is 61,500. Next year, royalty is 90,000. How much recover? 6,000. How much pay to author is 84,000. Next year, royalty is 60,000. How much you recover? 6,000 only. Balance 50,000 is payable. Hope you understand. So they have given only chance they can recover only to the extent of 6,000. This is most important. 50,000, short working is 50. Short working 8,000. But though the royalty is more, 67.5, but he can recover only maximum of 6,000. How much paid to the Maheshwari? 61,500. Next year, you are 90,000. How much he can recover? Only 6,000. How much is payable? 84,000. Next year, royalty is 60,000. How much he can recover? 6,000. How much you have to pay? 54,000. This is most important here. So this is a problem of the author where whatever the books he has written, so they given a chance to recover only 6,000. Remaining shortage, whatever the shortage comes, he will give only chance to recover only how much money? 6,000. This short one is most important here. See that? First year 20,000, brought down 20,000. So another 8,000 shortage, totally 28,000. Out of 28, how much recover? 6,000. How much you balance? 22,000. Next year, how much? 22,000. How much you recover? Maximum 6,000. How much transfer to P&L account? 8,000. How much still you have a balance of 8,000? Next year, how much you recover? Only 6,000. How much you could not recover? 2,000 is a loss. Hope you understand. So little bit confusion is there, but commonly the maximum amount can be recovered is only the maximum of 6,000. Hope this is a 7th session we are doing. One more session or 1 or 2 session about the royalty will do, so that your first unit is incomplete record, second unit is hire purchase installment I have done. So third unit, already 7th unit I am doing now. 7th place, unit 3, 7th session we are doing. So another 2 or 3 session will complete the royalty. Then we go to another unit called consignment account. Till then, goodbye. Meet in the next session.